Hello, RISD community. We're here to raise awareness about an important issue currently being considered by our legislators in Austin. At our April board meeting, RISD trustees approved a resolution regarding vouchers or any kind of program that uses taxpayer dollars to pay for education at private schools.
Prior to the session, the board provided the school district's representatives with a list of priorities that we recommend the legislature accomplish to help improve public education in Texas, and specifically here in RISD. One of our priorities focuses on ensuring that RISD taxpayers have accountability for their tax dollars. Our priority specifically states that any public tax dollars used to fund education for any institution, public, charter, homeschool, or private school, shall be held accountable to taxpayers by complete participation in the state's accountability system that measures student achievement.
By passing this resolution, our trustees explicitly express in great detail why a voucher program is not good for RISD taxpayers.
We want accountability for every tax dollar spent. Current proposed voucher legislation would give $8,000 to families to pay private school tuition or other education expenses that simply lacks any accountability.
And while voucher-like programs are touted to create competition among all types of schools, real competition for schools occurs when all education systems have the same rules. Public schools have starkly different standards and accountability measures than private schools. For example, parent choice is important, but private schools are able to choose students who are acceptable based on specific criteria while being able to deny entry to students who don't match that criteria. In Texas, public schools welcome all students, regardless of academic ability, religion, special education needs, English language proficiency, disciplinary history, or economic background. Public schools must follow strict financial standards and receive ratings so taxpayers know how tax dollars are being spent. Private schools and parents who homeschool would have no financial accountability to the taxpayer if they receive taxpayer dollars for education. Texas public schools also have a very robust academic accountability system that grades schools and districts to let parents and communities know how students are progressing in their education. With proposed legislation, private schools would not be required to report test results, graduation rates, or any other performance metrics that let taxpayers know how their dollars are spent.
And in public schools, we must teach the curriculum approved by the State Board of Education. Private schools don't have to abide by state standards or rules when it comes to the curriculum they teach. Lastly, and this is so very important, any education savings plan or voucher system will simply take money away from public schools. As school districts struggle to meet inflationary demands and pay teachers what they deserve, the Texas legislature currently provides less than half of what is actually needed to keep up with inflation.
Taking money to pay for a voucher program when public schools are underfunded just doesn't make sense. Unless legislators raise the basic allotment by nearly $900 a student to help us keep up with inflation and pay all of our staff members a fair wage, no program that uses tax dollars for education other than public schools can be acceptable.
For these reasons, the RISD board calls on the Texas legislature to reject any diversion of public dollars to private entities in the form of education savings accounts or similar voucher proposals.
Thank you for listening, and please consider contacting your state representatives to ask them to support legislation that fully funds public schools in Texas. And don't forget that we are here always to serve and support you.